Get in the car, I said, she grabbed my hand. Girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the hand, I'm weak, now dare she tweet. I guess she confess, she thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rock like fireworks.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to this special edition of Thunder Thursday. Going to talk a little bit about the Thunder and the NBA draft and what we did and what we didn't do. And there's Facebook has been blowing up and just talking to a bunch of people about what's happening. And my good friend over here, Lance Parker, is not happy, and we'll be discussing that. And this Nostradamus Henthorn Drew over here. My partner that comes on from HuskerDrewPicks.com.
Yeah.
And he was on fire today, were you not? Drew, can you hear me?
I was on fire. I mean, like I said, I could have just laid out the. Yeah, hold on a second. Are you there?
Well, all I can tell you is I need a cigar because I smoke cigars because I enjoy them, or anxiety. And right now I have anxiety. Yeah, I can hear you fine. You can?
Right, gotcha.
All right, I'm saying I smoke cigars for two reasons: for enjoyment and anxiety.
I could have just.
Go ahead. I don't know what's happening to you, bro.
I could have just laid out the draft for you. I mean, this afternoon.
Well, you did lay it out partially, but some of your stuff was not called correctly, but for the most part, there was. So let's get it all started right now, bro. Let's
pretty close.
Let's get on to the draft. Starting off, your boy Paolo from Duke, as you picked. You did pick that Banchero was going to go first.
Yep.
And a lot of it, like we talked about, that, Jabari came on his Twitter and said he wanted to come to Oklahoma City. So, Orlando, why take somebody who doesn't want to come to you? If they don't want to play for you, I wouldn't want to pick them up either. So, I get that.
Correct.
And then Chet, I don't understand the whole Chet thing, but we'll go into that further when we talk about the Thunder and what they were. I don't know. I still don't know what was happening with that. Then, of course, Jabari goes to Houston, and they wanted Chet, and I guess we wanted Chet. Then Keegan Murray, you love that. That was a good call by you, going to the Kings. I thought Jaden Ivey would go before him, but you went ahead and you said Keegan Murray would go before Jaden Ivey, and you were on point on that one. Benedict Mathurin to the Pacers, which was a good pickup for them, I thought. Shaden Sharp went early to the Trailblazers.
Yep.
You flip-flopped. Which one did you flip-flop? You had, was it Mathurin or Dyson Daniels and Sharp? Which one did you? Oh, no, it was Daniels and Shohan, right?
Yeah. I had a couple of them flip-flopped. I had Shaden Sharp and Jeremy Shohan flip-flop.
Right, that's what it was.
Shohan and Dyson Daniels
Daniels flip-flop, right.
I had Shohan going to New Orleans, and Dyson Daniels went to San Antonio. Those two flip-flop.
Right. Johnny Davis to the Wizards. I thought that was a good pick. But okay, let's. And then the Thunder, of course, took Ousmane Dieng from France, which we know the Thunder love European players. So that was another European player.
I mean, they had a chance right there to make a splash. And they made a splash, all right, in the wave pool.
Yep, and Jalen Williams, which you just took another guard, so that means that clearly you're going to get rid of Lou Dort. Got to be. I mean, what do you need another guard for? That gives you five. That gives you SGA, gives you Giddey, gives you Dort, and now you have Jalen Williams, which
Williams is more of a 4. He's a 3-4. He's not much of a shooter. He's a Rodman guy.
The Rodman guy you got, which was a nice call at 34, by the way. That was a good pick for Arkansas.
What a pickup.
What a pickup by the Thunder. The Thunder got, what do you say, out of the 4 picks, you got to give them a grade. What do you choose?
C minus.
C minus?
That's what Lance said. Now, to me, I'm going to give him a C minus, a D plus, because all I know is this. And I'm going to look at them. I'm going to put the camera on Drew right now. All I know is this. When the number one pass player in the draft said to go to the team that can draft me number one, I want to go to the Thunder because their two best players play downhill, which for those people who don't understand, that means they like to attack the basket. And that means more three-point opportunities for me.
Right.
Or in the pick and roll, if you double team him, I got a wide open three. I'm shooting 43%. Or if they don't, then Giddy and SGA are going to take you to the rack, and that's just how they play. So when you do that, you think, okay, Thunder is right there. And we're sitting here, by the way, Drew, I'm going to give my girls some love right now. We're at Cat's Tavern, 901 64th, one block north of 63rd, right off Classen. They're open every day from 12 and closes till, actually they're open every day. I don't know, I had closed on Monday, but that's not true. They're open every day. So but anyway, when that happens, I mean, everybody inside of Cats was just like, what are y'all doing? And then you know what happened on my Facebook, guys were going nuts. And but you picked it. You picked it exactly right. You said Banchero would go in, the Thunder would take Chet, and number three, that Jabari would go number three. And I still don't understand it, but you were right. You said the Thunder was stuck on Chet. That's who they want. That's the team. That's the person that they want to do. Now, my good friend Lance Parker is here, and Lance, what is your opinion?
I'd have took Jamari Smith. That's just me. I watched all of his games at Gonzaga. For Perk to say he's a Giannis, he's not even close to Giannis.
Well, they compared him to KD too. They said he was a KD as well.
I agree 100%, Lance, I about fell out of my chair when he said that. I'm so glad you brought that up. I was like, dude, Perkins is terrible, by the way, on TV.
Hey, not only that, he said that he finishes on people. I watched all the games, dude. He finished on nobody.
He didn't finish on anybody. I just don't understand what's happening with that. My thing is this with him. Go look at Duke, because Banchero gave him all he wanted in the first half, and if he had not had cramps, he would have gave him what, Drew? 30, 40? Don't you think, Banchero, when Duke played him? He would have gave him at least that. Then, go ahead.
Yeah, he got cramps. I don't think he played but 8 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, he didn't play very much in the second half. But
they still beat him. They still beat him.
I just don't. I mean, it's like you had said, Drew, and Lance, I don't know, you didn't hear this, but Drew and I were talking. It's almost like the Thunder have said, we're staking our future on Chet. Because these two guys that you got, and then the three, because, in 34. It's like what you've done is you've said, okay, Thunder, what we're going to do is we're going to bet our franchise and everything on Chet. And we're going to put guys around him. Well, if you're going to do that, where does that leave SJ and Giddy? Drew, what's your opinion?
Well, I mean, they're gonna be hunting shots. I'll just make the whole offense around Chet, because they've got good guard play right now. You've got a playmaker. You've got a shooter. I mean, Chet obviously is not a 5, and we've talked about this.
Right.
Before.
Well, that's what
I think the kid from Arkansas made 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he's Draymond Green, but tougher and more. He's Dennis Rodman.
I think that was the kid from Arkansas was a great pick because, he's going to run down a lot of Chet's bricks. Yeah. And you're going to see him practice how much he pushes Chet around.
Oh yeah. Talking about the Arkansas kid that beat him up in the game. That's who Thunder drafted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the kid that he brutalized him.
Yeah.
But
it's about time we get a shot blocker.
Well, that's what Lance was saying. We need a shot blocker, and I guess Chet is your shot blocker, Drew. He's your paint protector. He's your rim protector. But my question is, when they put him in ISO,
you got to be able to hold your own. You got to be able to hold your own down in the paint.
Hey, Drew, he's Giannis, though. He's Giannis.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Perkins should have got fired on the spot, dude.
Yeah.
Well, to compare him to Giannis or KD is.
Where was Draymond when you needed him there?
Oh, Draymond wouldn't have said anything either because he's trying to get a job. When you're working at ESPN or whatever, you're going to go along the party lines. That's what you're going to do. That's why we can have shows like this and we can talk about it and tell the truth and call them out. But like I said, we'll see in a couple years what's going to happen. And really next year you're really going to see, but you still got to give him one more year. You got to give him 2 years to say, okay, it worked, because clearly Poku did not work, Baisley didn't work, and this is not going to work. So, I mean, but okay, I have a question. Who do you think the winners in the draft were? Do you have a winner?
San Antonio.
The Grizzlies.
The
Well, one of
Grizzlies.
them for sure.
Well,
Yeah, San Antonio had a great draft.
yeah, they got Jeremy Showen, which I really like him, Drew. I really like him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then the Spurs got Malik Branham, which at 20, and I'm just like, dang man,
Yep.
what's going
Yeah.
on? And then they got Blake Wesley at 25. They had the draft
Yeah.
that we should have had.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then-
really, they had the draft that we should have had.
Yeah, and then I think Miami had a really good draft too. The Heat had a good shocker.
Yeah, Miami. All I know is that all I know is that 9 out of 10 drafts, Drew, 9 out of the last 10, we've had one draft chance. And I don't give Cameron Payne any credit. Do you, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
Do you give Cameron Payne credit?
I mean, he was only there for a year, wasn't he?
Yeah, but okay, look. Listen.
How long with Payne and OKC?
Okay, listen. Since Steven Adams in 2013, we drafted Josh Hustis, Mitch McGary, Cameron Payne, Terrence Ferguson, Darius Baisley. Those were our first round picks until Josh Giddey and Trey May. Those were our. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's an 8-year drought, Drew. That's an 8-year drought if you want to count them, and then I'm adding this year. So you got to figure last year was a great draft. So 9 out of 10 years, we've got nothing to show. We got draft picks.
Right.
We got draft picks, but clearly we can't use them when we have them. So I just don't understand it. I'm just confused. Lance, what is your thought process on it?
I didn't understand why we didn't take the Kansas guard when we had a chance to.
Oh, Chibachi?
He's a way better player.
Or Drew, who Drew really
Abaji.
loved. Abaji. But Drew, who did you love? AJ, wasn't it? AJ Griffin. That's who he
kid from
wanted.
Duke.
That's who he
AJ
wanted, AJ
Griffin.
Griffin. You know, Jalen Durham went to the Hornets. They needed a shot blocker.
And Lance and Matt, let's think about this. So the team you got to create a point guard. You got to create his own shot in SGA.
Uh-huh.
You got a big man that you think's probably going to spread the floor. Now you got a rebounder. Just think if you had Griffin just to sit in the corner and shoot threes.
And shoot threes.
I mean, that's what he does. I mean, that's what you
But
needed.
remember,
Yeah. And they just
remember
absolutely
the guy we
brain farted on
got
that
though.
deal.
Remember the guy we got, Drew. 50%. One of 11 guards shoot 50% this year. 50%. Not threes, but 50%.
Yeah. Yep.
So Randy right now we're
I
talking about
tell you
yesterday.
what, there's going to be a lot of questions. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, Randy and I were talking about it yesterday, talking about it tonight. Randy goes, "Are you going to listen to the press conference?" I said, "There's nothing he can tell me to convince me he made the right move. There's zero to convince me of that. When you have the best player in the draft saying, 'I want to come to you,' saying why he wants to come play for you, and then you don't take him when you're gifted it,
Right.
you can't explain to me. There's no way
Yeah.
you can say Chet is better than him when nobody's going to believe that. Nobody's going to believe that. So there's nothing you can tell me
And it's
to
almost
justify
like
that.
they were just
Dead set.
dead set on taking
Chet.
Chet.
They sure
Yep.
were. Dead set on him, and then they putting people like you said, Chet, that's going to fit his game. Well, that's fine, but you don't have guys now that fit around that. So
I mean, what post presence do you have
mean-
now? You have no post presence.
I
None.
You're in the same boat you were
Well, yeah,
last
with the
time.
Williams kid from Arkansas, he better start.
He won't.
yeah, well, he should. So right now it looks like you're going to start SGA, Giddy, and I don't know if Dort is even going to be there, or you're going to take the kid from Santa Clara. One of them is starting. Then your 4, if you're going to do that, then Chet is clear your 4, and then you're going to have the kid from Arkansas. And Drew, let's get his name right now instead of keep saying that. Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams. So let's just go on and
You
say
know what's
that.
funny is we've been sitting here on the phone now for 10 minutes. We've been sitting here for 10 minutes on the phone, and not one of us has brought up the kid from Santa Clara.
No.
I mean, what a wasted pick.
Well,
God.
I'm sure
Come on.
I'm sure there's a reason why they picked it. And so I'm going to let Randy And I'm going to let you all listen to Presti's press conference tomorrow. So y'all can tell me what the hell he said. Because I'm not trying to hear anything he's saying. You let the best player in the draft go by you when he said, I want to play for you. He risked the #1 overall draft pick to come play for you, and you spurned him. But it's just like you said, Drew. They had it made up in their mind. They were going to draft Chet, and that was the way that was. And that's what happened. But can you justify it in your mind in any way? Can you help me out? I need somebody to explain to me how that makes sense.
I mean, the only, and everybody's just going to fall back on trust in Presti, trust in Sam, all that crap.
Well, he's gone. What, Drew?
What's that gotten you? I mean,
8 straight years with nothing happening. Then you got 1 year. Now you're going back to the way you were before. I don't understand it, Drew.
Yep.
I don't really understand it. I just don't. I mean, did you see the look on everybody's faces when when he took Chet? They all on the stage. They all were kind of like, "Oh, okay. Let me scramble to say something." Nobody expected him to go there. I mean, nobody. I mean, and you got to scramble to go.
Well,
okay.
And then you had the whole Well, you had the whole crew there saying that that the Jabari was going to be the #1 pick, and then they bring on Wojciechowski or whatever his name is,
right?
Wojciechowski, and he brings it that they're going to take Paolo, and then everybody, you just thinking, okay, see now they're going to take Jabari.
They get Jabari,
still take Chet,
and they still take Chet.
I'd rather see them take the kid from Iowa,
or Jaden Ivey, either one of them. I would have taken. I mean, I wouldn't have liked it, but I would be happy about either one of those. Or Shaden Sharp.
Yeah. The guard from Santa Clara is going to go to the blue team. He's not even going to be on the roster, I bet.
Dude, Drew, all I can say is this.
Yeah, I agree with that, Lance. I don't think he could be in the G League.
If he makes the G League.
Well, he's going to make the G League because he's a first-round pick. You automatically get paid 1 year.
I think you just
you got one or two games.
He'll be on their summer league team, obviously, with all the other kids. But I just that pick right there just absolutely floored me. Like, how are you get a gift laid in your lap, make a nice move. Who knows if the European kid's gonna pan out? He might, but you get a gift where you can make a splash, and then you pick that kid.
But Drew, look how many people they've had try overseas that they've tried that hasn't worked.
Well, here's this. Here's my Facebook feed.
You're right.
Yeah, our boy Clayton Tyler says, Matt Clark, I think that Holmgren was a bad pick. It's kind of what we had to do. He says he don't think it was. He says, I think it's what we had to do. I feel like this draft class is deep but not special. What are your thoughts on Jalen Williams at 12? He didn't think it was a bad pick, Drew.
Which one?
He just said the number 2 wasn't a bad pick. Number 12, what do I think? And,
who said that?
My friend Clayton Cassidy. He's a good friend of mine. He goes, my friend CB Pullock said, hey, told you, see you tomorrow for the show. That's barbershop talk right there, Drew. I told you they're going to go off tomorrow at the barbershop, bro. They are going to be on fire tomorrow, bro, because they all called it. And, which I could have even lived with Jabari, with Chet over Jabari, over Banchero. I could have at least go, okay, fine, whatever. But over Jabari? But you're right, Drew. They had it made up in their mind, and Lance over here, he's besides himself. He doesn't know what to do. He's ready to hurt somebody over here.
Yeah, he could very easily be Sean Bradley, Darko Milicic. I could see him being a bust like that. Yep. I just don't see it. I don't see freaking Giannis
or KD. Well, you know what they said? They go, well, look at Giannis's body when he first got in the league. I go, but did you look at Giannis's frame? Giannis had room to grow. Chet has no room to grow. What's he going to grow do? Where is he going to get bigger? How is it going to happen? So, I don't know.
But you also got to look at it when Durant was there. They didn't make him get bigger.
No, but somebody types, you're not going to get bigger. Durant, you're not going to get bigger. Chet, you're not going to get bigger. They don't have
They don't play the same position.
No, they don't. But they're going to go against each other.
For what the Thunder drafted